You asked, I delivered. Today I'm going to introduce you to my new podcast, Ask Jenni. I just want to get you some of the feels, introducing myself as a coach, as a business owner, as a wife, as a mother. Join me as we continue this journey of growth together. Like, comment, and subscribe. So, today's story time, I have been waking up every single day between 5 and 5:30 to get my workout in and get my devotional in. And today, of course, I did not, right? I've been doing this for months, and this consistency has just been changing the trajectory of my days. And today, when I woke up late, my first thought was throw the whole day away. It ain't gonna be right. Oh man, I'm off my routine. I can't believe I did this. Throw the whole day away. And immediately I had to catch myself. I'm like, you got goals, you got meetings, you got stuff to do. And in that quick switch, I said, okay, do everything else. Do everything else that you plan to do, and you have to find some time on the back end. So now I know I still had to make lunches, get the kids ready, get them out the house, make sure that the household is taken care of in the morning. I still had to do client work, do some business development, go to a meeting. I still had to show up for one of my best friends who graduated today, right? I still had these things to do. So, yes, throw the morning away, all right? But I woke up refreshed, baby, okay? I was like, needed every ounce of that sleep. But that gave me a theme for today. And it was just understanding where you are, staying the course, but also knowing when to pivot. All of that came out of me waking up a little late. So y'all go get this today, okay? So understanding business taxes is something that, even when I start to talk, I can see when I lose somebody. I'd be like, oh, all the way over your head. I lost you on the first part. Okay, I got you. But it is something that is so essential to the growth and sustainability of your business. Now, I'm going to hit you with 3 different clients today. And I took some time and I'm like, okay, who are like complete opposites, but are going in the same trajectory as far as business taxes. And of course, I don't have their permission, and I'm very protective of all of my clients. So I'm not going to say their names, but we're going to go with A, B, and C client today. I want to show you some social proof. And I want to show you these people because this is what I do on a daily basis. Over and over and over and over, I put together these systems to make sure that you get the same outcomes. So we all know that the tax brackets, you can easily find yourself in 32, 35% tax bracket, and you're like, who getting what? IRS, did you help me carry this load? Did you book these clients? But they on your payroll like that. But I don't have any of my retainer clients who are paying more than 15% in taxes. And I'm talking about federal employment, state and any local entities total. And that is because we strategically align what their goals are, what their revenue is, what they're already spending on with tax code. So we're going to start with client A. Client A is in the beauty industry. They were already making 6 figures with their service. Providing their service, they were already past the $100,000 mark when they met me. First time I get with them, they're saying, I just always owe, and I don't even know what's going on. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I'm writing off everything. I really just don't even understand this whole thing. At that point, they were still just a LLC, filing a Schedule C return on their 1040. At that point, they had been drowning in IRS debt because every year they filed their taxes and they just get this big old bill. And they said, okay, well put me on a payment arrangement. I pay them something every month. And they had been doing that year over year over year. So the first year with me, I'm dealing with 2 past years of tax debt. That was the number one thing on our list, is to get rid of that. So the number one thing was to budget. How do we get rid of this past year's debt so that we can focus on getting you some estimated tax payments in? She like, what? What's the estimated tax payment? What are we talking about? Tell me what to do. Just tell me what to do so that I can get the IRS off my back. I don't want a big bill at the end of the year. What we did, we started off with that past year debt because IRS interest accrues daily, meaning that every day they look at your stuff and add a little something onto it. So we want to get that out there. It's the worst type of debt. They are also the only type of debt that can go all up in your bank account, can put a lien on your house, can put a lien on your car. They're the only people that can shut you down all the way. So, and without like a whole bunch of legalities, right? So we want to get them out of the way. And then in order to continuously grow and put a growth strategy together, we want to make sure that we're being compliant throughout the year and not wait until the following year. So we are starting off in tax debt together. My mind said, okay, we got a budget to pay this tax debt, but I also don't want to change our lifestyle. So we got to make more money. But her ultimate goal was to have more time freedom. You better get, all right, fireworks. Y'all heard what I said. I don't even know what I just did to get that, but fireworks. She wants time freedom. I want to get you closer to financial freedom. We're in tax debt. What do? Number one, we switch over to an S Corp. S Corp allowed us to eliminate a large percentage of those employment taxes because now we're going to be taking a wage from the business. So right off the bat, our tax bill nearly cut in half. By doing nothing, just by saying I want to be an S Corp and I'm going to take wages from my corporation. Number two, we started to map out strategies. We developed a coaching program for her where she is taking her unique style of delivering this beauty service and she is selling that for a high ticket price. Now, I say, the beauty services she provides is high ticket. But when we talk about high ticket, I'm talking about 4 and 5 figures. Okay. Then we also know that she is also developing her own products. So we dug into that. What does it look like to manufacture? What is the cost per unit? What is the sales market looking like? We know the beauty industry is $1 billion industry. Let's get in it. So now we are starting to strategically align my goals for her and her goals for herself in a way that is giving her some passive income. So now while she is delivering the service to her one-on-one clients, she got sales funnels selling the products. She got a coaching program that is already automated. She got all of these things in place. So working together, we immediately reduced her tax liability. We put together a simple 12-month plan to get rid of all past tax debt. And we started to strategically align our goal setting so that we could figure out new ways to grow her revenue. Now that they've been with me for 2 years on the monthly retainer, we have grown her income by 100%. Okay. So now low 6 figures, she's in the mid 6 figures. No tax debt. We pay quarterly. Tax liability is less than half of what it was prior to her on an annual basis. And we're thriving. And last year, she was able to take 2 months off, 2 months collective to travel, to be with family. So she got her time freedom. We got her some more revenue, and we are doing big things with growth strategies. So that's client A. That's a simple formula, thinking about ways to make money without you being present. That could be more hires, or that could be another service that is selling itself or a product that is selling itself. Thinking about what to attack first, okay? So what to attack first, we ought to go down to client B. This person went from, let me just stop right here. All of these clients were making 6 figures before they got with me. So they had crossed that $100,000 mark, and I wanted to use them as an example because typically when you are making money and you get into some debt or you hit, a wall or something is when you know you need me. You typically don't know you need me all the way in the beginning stages, so I'm going to just meet y'all where y'all are. You're making some money. All of these people are in the low six figures when they first come to me. So this person making 150,000 around that when they came to me, had been filing their taxes completely incorrectly. The person was throwing all type of deductions on there. Okay. They like, you got some kids, man. Look, let's write that off. Let's write that off. Let's write that off. No documentation. I was like, listen, you little couple, if in the event of an audit, y'all going down. So they're like, okay, let's do it right. Let's do it properly. Let's do it right. Switch them over to an escort. Number one, anybody who is making six figures or more on a Schedule C, I don't care what deductions you have. If you have any profit in that business, it is going to get a 15.3% employment tax on top of it. So already going to be paying because you're in a high tax bracket, but now you're going to add 15.3% on all of this money, and I ain't even spend all the money. All that money ain't mine, IRS. So that's what the S Corp does. It is saying, IRS, this is what I took from the business. I took this salary from the business. This is what I want to give you employment taxes on. So right off the bat, that is going to save you substantially on taxes. But this person went from making 150 to 300,000 in 1 year. 300,000 to almost $1 million the following year. The growth year over year is substantial. Substantial. But what do? They want to get all them rewards. They want to get all the points. And they like to see money in their bank account. Not tax debt. All types of debt, credit card debt, just debt, okay? Debt that they could easily pay for. But I got to see the money in my account. I want to make sure that I got the points because the points. Shifting that mindset was step one. So I said switch it to an escort was step one, but switching that mindset, baby. Because now they had to go from filing their taxes incorrectly, writing off everything under their sun, and trying to get a low tax bill to filing their taxes properly, seeing that you really are not due such a low tax bill in the midst of trying to pay off credit card debt and getting acclimated with not seeing that money in the account, right? Switching that mindset is key. Yes. So now, instead of being like, I like to see that 100K in my account, we got IRA savings together. Now they can retire in a minute. We have their tax liability paid throughout the year. We have their credit card debt nearly gone. They're doing my debt elimination calculator on the 18-month plan, and they are just under 12 months into it, and it's almost all gone. Okay? Net worth just shot up. Boom. Just like that. And it just was switching the mindset of, I gotta have all this liquid funds. What if it all, gets taken away from me next year? Or what if I don't renew that new contract that took me to the $1 million? Or what if I need to hire more people because we are busier in the summertime? If you are strategically aligning all of your steps, are you ordering your steps in alignment with a growth mindset and contributing to your savings and investments properly? Why do you need to see this money just sitting in your account? It's there, right? So that whole thing of, when we first get our taste of some money, especially if you didn't come from money, didn't grow up with money, that first little taste of money, you're like, oh, okay, well, no, first y'all do this. Let me buy something. Let me buy a bag, let me buy a trip, let me do something real quick. And then you say, ooh, I got to hold on to it just in case. No. So my first baby step to them was to just at least put that money in a high yield savings. So the only thing that may be a little bit of a slight inconvenience of a high yield savings is some of them, it take 3 to 5 business days for you to take the money out. But baby, if you're doing something that can't wait 3 to 5 days for you to get that money, it's probably not right time. You need 3 to 5 days, business days, just to make sure you're making a proper decision about whatever this buying thing is. So if you got money over there and it's out of sight, out of mind, and it's just your security blanket that I just got to have my hands on that liquid cash in order to make sure that I feel secure in the sustainability and the growth of my business, do it in a high yield savings. Don't keep it in your normal little checking account or in your savings account that's getting 0.25% interest. You got $50,000 over there and they done gave you $50 on the interest statement. No, thank you. Right now, the interest rates for high yield savings are into the 5%. That's just sitting it there and just letting it chill and just making sure you got something to check on every so often. That's my first baby step. Because the rate of return on, S&P 500 or even on a traditional IRA is going to be somewhere between 7 and 10% annually. So if you're strategically aligning your steps with the growth of your business, thinking about your budgeting percentages, meaning that if you know that your businesses just grew 300%, that means that your investment budget just grew 300%. That means your ability to contribute to your future, put money over to the side that is just working for you on the side, has just increased by the same percentage as your revenue. So why are we scared? Being a business owner is making those hard decisions quickly. It's strategically thinking through all of the different things and possibilities that could potentially come up. So if you lose that contract, if COVID happened and shut your office down again, if, your best employee leaves, if you get hurt and something happens to you, what is the contingency plan? You want to make sure that you are building a business that is ready for whatever. So if you're going from 100,000 to 300,000 to 700,000 year over year, you should also be thinking about that contingency and the pivot plan at any moment. What's the worst thing that could happen? I know I've said this before if you've been following me, but I remember when the IRS shifted the thresholds for Schedule A, which is itemized deductions. This was like, you used to be able to claim your work uniforms and work shoes and work travel and work education. You used to be able to, write off the mortgage insurance premiums and things like that, right? And they said, no, we're going to throw all of those away, but we're going to increase the standard deduction. I said, oh, y'all getting one step closer to trying to make sure y'all file everybody's taxes, basically. That was back in the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017, okay? So my mindset had to shift then. I'm like, what if the IRS says if you're a W-2 employee or a 1099 worker, we're going to file your taxes and then you could just let us know if you have any deductions. Or you have to send in a jobs card at the beginning of the year that says, I have 2 kids and I own my house, and then they do your taxes for you. That would eliminate this, nearly $1 billion industry in tax preparation. Is Jenni gonna wait for that? No, thank you. I'm going to develop additional tax and accounting services. We're going to branch into other fields. We're going to work together to think of all of the other things that come into business finances. We're going to continuously business develop new things to offer our clients. I'm not going to be stuck in just tax preparation when I see shifts like this. So if you are in your industry and you're thinking about what are all of the potential things that can happen, you should be setting up for the future. You should never get a 100% growth year over year in your company and think, oh, I gotta hold on to this money. No, you should be like, oh, it's go time. I know exactly what I did to make this extra 100,000. I know exactly what I had to put in to get to this level. I'm gonna do it again. So let's go to Client C. Client C is in a tech industry. So just so you know anybody in tech, this is how they think. They're very analytical. They're very to the point, structured, right? This person switched their W-2 to 1099 because they heard that they could get some additional write-offs if they did so. Did it prematurely, but they did that, and it was very much so beneficial. If you know anything, the W-2 income, wherever it falls, that is your tax bracket. There is nothing you can contribute to your IRA, right? And reduce your taxable income by this year up to $23,000 with a traditional IRA, right? But that's it. If you fall into that 35% tax bracket, you're going to be paying 35% in taxes, period. Pretty much. I mean, for everybody, all the people that have been like trying to understand this tax thing, you pay up until the amount of money that you make at the last tax bracket you were, and then all the overages are in that new tax bracket. But I digress. I'm not going to get into that. You in that high tax bracket, you got a W-2, you owe them money. However, if you switch that, you say, I want to be a consultant for the business. I want to, manage my own stuff. I want to be able to have more say on what I do and what I don't do and what task I take on and all of that good stuff. And they say, okay, let's do it. Because that cuts off on their percentage of the employment taxes that they pay on your behalf. They don't have to pay into no unemployment for you. They ain't got to do no 401k match and nothing for you. They don't have to pay for your health insurance. You're a contractor. It actually saves them money. But let me tell you about our trajectory. When it came to me, they had their old tax prep person would just give them their estimated tax vouchers for the year. Right? So they said, based on this year, you made $200,000. We're going to put $200,000 in there for you next year. And these are the payments that you're going to have to make quarterly. Here are your vouchers. Of course, those vouchers totaled up to the amount of money that he would have been paying the taxes on that W-2. They didn't do any work. They just said, okay, you made $200,000. We're going to say you're going to make that again. And here go your vouchers. So diligently, those vouchers were paid. Boom, boom, boom. We switched him to an escort. Started taking out his wages from his business and cut his employment taxes by 70%. Boom. His health insurance already was paying those premiums. But health insurance, if you are on an LLC on your Schedule C return, they are an itemized deduction only if they exceed 7.5% of your income. Meaning that his health insurance premiums would almost have to be 10% of $200,000. $20,000. Sew me up with a sewing kit, okay? Because I ain't got it. I ain't paying that. All right, so now we get to switch those to an employee benefits as something that him as the employer pays for him as the employee. So now these non-deductible health insurance payments are now deductible from the business. We increased his deductions. So we've lowered his self-employment tax. We've increased his deductions on something that he was already paying for, right? Now it's time to get funky with it. Now it's time. Now he's like, the first year, he like, hold on, wait. I was paying $25,000. Now I'm paying $15,000 in taxes. What else can we do? Now we're into our second year together, and we have strategically thought of everything that could be a part of his employee benefits program, right? Could it be some gym memberships? Could it be, some HSA contributions? Could it be IRA 401k match programs? What can we do? So we did it all. So now his income has increased year over year. So now making $300,000, he's paying less of a percentage in taxes than he was originally. So all three of these people, all three of these clients came in wanting to do better in their business, came in wanting to understand business taxes a little bit more, came in knowing that they wanted to make more money, but definitely did not want to pay more in taxes, and definitely want to figure out some more time to have more time freedom while they're increasing their revenue. It's something that I do every day around the clock. So whether you are that person that, you are able to make six figures with just the services you provide, or you are that tech person who's working on a W-2, but you are kind of thinking about them making you a consultant so you can get a 1099 and write off more stuff and reduce your taxes. Or maybe you're in the professional service or the education sector and you want to just figure out how to continuously make this money, but how to feel secure that in the event that one of those contracts falls through in a year after you make the most money, that you're still able to sustain your lifestyle. All of those things are financial decisions that we will work together to make sure that we make happen. Organize your finances. Budget accordingly. Get rid of debt, right? Figure out ways to grow that will not have to deal with you and your productivity. Not give more hours to you in a day, because we can't do that. And if you're a business owner, you're already working odd hours. So you want to give yourself some more time. Give yourself some more time to be with your family, some more time to travel without paying anybody anymore. Those are things where we strategically align your goals with my expertise to make it happen. So the proof is in the continuous process. The process doesn't change. All of these people, the first thing we did was what? Switch them to an S corp. Take some wages from their company. Figure out their employee benefits program. Pay estimated taxes quarterly. Budget. Eliminate debt. Same things. Over and over and over and over and over. When the process works, the process works. We don't reinvent a proven process. So what I'm saying to you is getting your understanding of what you want out of your business and where you want to be in that business is going to start with continuously doing what is making you the most money, right? I'm not telling you to throw the whole day away like I was about to do this morning. I'm telling you, stay the course. It's working, right? But what can you do to enhance what's already working? How do you evaluate where that money is coming from? How do you save more money? How do you make sure the IRS is not acting like one of your employees? How you getting 35%? And I've told y'all employee wages shouldn't exceed 10. So working with me is going to mean reducing that tax liability to 15% total. That's my goal. But doing it within the guidelines of tax code. So we're not just throwing everything on there. We ain't writing off things improperly. We're going to document it properly. We're going to do it automated. We're going to make it less of a load for you. So we do that in multiple ways, of course, right? But one of the ways, of course, is the done for you. That's a retainer client. That's somebody that's like, listen, I'm running out of time. You was talking to me in that live. Here go all my stuff. Do the bookkeeping. Tell me what I got to do. Tell me who I got to pay. And let's get it done. But then I also really, really appreciate the done with you clients in my coaching programs. These people know that they want to understand what's going on. They know that they want to grow together. They want the benefit of getting on weekly calls and bouncing ideas off of me. They need that accountability partner with them. So for you, figure out which part of today's live did you resonate most with. Was it client A, B, or C? Let me know. And then, are you looking for something that is just done for you? Like, here, I don't like numbers. Just make sure I don't owe. Help me see what I did last year over this year. Or are you looking for something more of a partnership where we're actually working together to get to the solutions and goals that you need in coaching? So either way, I want to hear from you. These have been fun. These have been informative. These have started so many different conversations. So I'm excited to talk to you all. But think about it. What are you doing right now that is like, okay, she done said this 2-3 times. Maybe I need to switch it. Well, I'm here when you want me. I'm here if you need me. And I would love to talk more with you about the 2 different routes for business owners in order to save on their taxes and develop growth strategies. I have to get back to work because, that day started off a little crazy, a little rocky. Woke up a little late, so I'm going to have to sneak a workout in later. But it's good. Stay the course, but learn to know when to pivot and when to tap somebody in. All right, guys. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Love you all, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you for listening to this episode of Ask Jenni. Ask Jenni has been in the works since 2016. I have started tax team services, developed coaching programs for small business owners and tax professionals, and I've even started a podcast with my husband, Finding Love. You can follow me on Jenni L. Hendricks on all platforms. But before you leave, like, comment, subscribe, and ask Jenni anything. I'm here to talk to you more about business, life, love, and all things growth.